Hey my dudes, welcome to my apartment bakery. On Wednesdays, we prepare for the week ahead. I scale out all my ingredients for all my recipes so I don't have to think about it the rest of the week, and this saves me so much time. I also do small tasks like defrosting the blueberries for jam and toasting the walnuts for chocolate walnut cookies. I've gotten a few people asking me how I come up with the menu each week, and I just want you guys to know, in classic Cecilia style, I have the menus planned out until the end of the year. I am nothing if not a planner. The most important thing for me was that the menus were consistent for me so I could come up with routines, but also give the illusion of variety to the customer. I will circle back to that in a second. So I chose 4 categories of baked goods to have in the box. There will almost always be a mini cake, a cookie, a bun, and then something random like Giflor or brownies. Something like that. The key is having good base recipes that you can tweak. I have great base recipes for the mini cake, buns, Giflor, etc. So I just switch around the flavors based on the season and vibes. I also have put a few things on the menu so I can challenge myself too, of course. So back to the illusion of variety. I used to work at this bakery that was great at this. I'm not sure if they were consciously doing this, as I never spoke to the owner about it, but it was just something I observed while I was working there. Basically, they had so many customers, they were always baking things off fresh. Like, I'm talking, if closing was at 6 p.m., last bake was at 5 p.m. It was that popular. Because of this, what was in the case was always changing depending on what just came out of the oven. This meant if you were a casual customer, you weren't one coming in every day at the same time, you would think the menu was always changing. It wasn't. I worked there for years and they almost never put a new item on the menu, but people thought they did because they had one seasonal bun that they would switch out that they never changed the schedule of. It was the same bun schedule year after year, and when I say seasonally, I mean a different bun like every couple months. I would work the register and watch people who had come in a couple times, expect to find the same thing again, and then it wasn't there. There was something new in the case instead. It wasn't that we had changed the menu, they had just come in at a different time of day or time of year. Let me tell you why this is brilliant. When you don't change products, you create routines, and that bakery had great routines. These routines allowed them to pump out a volume of baked goods that compared to the amount of staff was shocking. This meant the bakery made a lot of money, which obviously is great. But because of the bake schedules, it looked like there was something always new in the case. This made customers excited because while there was always going to be the greatest hits available, there was always something fun and new to try as well. But the bakers only really changed the routine seasonally, and even then not that much. They gave their customers the illusion of variety while keeping things consistent for themselves. It's a win-win-win for everyone involved. I tried to do the same. How can I make things interesting for the customer, challenge myself as a baker, and yet still have routines and systems so that I am not like running uphill every week? So that's where the base of my menu comes from. I also have a lot of thoughts on flavor and making flavor combos, but I'll do my TED Talk on that at another time. Anyways, I finished up my prep day by folding all the boxes, and that was that for the day. See you tomorrow. Hey, Doa.